Okay, we're going to start a 3-week series. As you can see, entitled, Our Father Who is Heaven. Where's that come from? Lord's Prayer, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a series that's entitled, God Our Father. Now, some of this stuff should not be new. This should not necessarily be a revelation, but as we go through this, you'll understand where we're going with this. First of all, we talk about God our Father, our Heavenly Father, the Father in heaven. Now, the problem with this, though, is Father a positive or a negative reference? Our past experiences mold our present and future attitudes. So when we who are Christians talk to non-Christians and say, you know, God our Father will take care of you. God our Father loves you. And even those people who are Christians think about this. However, this is not necessarily a positive thing for everybody. Let me just give you a couple examples from my own life. And unfortunately, some of you are probably going to be able to identify with this. Father was not necessarily a positive thing in my life. When Mom would say, wait until your father gets home. Yeah, I can hear the chuckles. Some of this is not necessarily new to you. And you know that this is not going to be a joyous experience. This is not going to be something that you're going to look forward to with great anticipation. This is something you're going to look towards with fear and trepidation. Because in my case, when Father got home, the belt came off. And he was very adept at cornering me in a corner where I couldn't get away. And you know there's two ends to a belt. And somehow he managed to find the end with the metal. So before I became a Christian, I wasn't overly thrilled about having a relationship with a father who was even more powerful than my earthly father. And this is where some people are coming from this experience. Or let me tell you another one from when I was teaching. Met this young lady, I think at the time she was 16. Her name was Angel. Amazing girl. Tough as nails. I swear that she could take a handful of razor blades and eat these things. She was tough. 16. But inside was the softest, most loving person you could ever meet. But she had this incredibly harsh exterior. And we got talking one day. I got to know her quite well. And she mentioned something about, oh yeah, at home it's really crazy. Like, you know, you just don't understand what it's like when you got 32 brothers and sisters. I said, what? You've got 32 brothers and sisters? Like, how? And without dropping a beat, without changing the expression on her face, talking as if she was talking about the sun in the sky, she simply said, when the girls in the family came of age, Dad got them. So do you think she was overly thrilled by Father? So when we talk about God our Father, many people only hear Father. And some people are blessed to have a wonderful father, a great person who takes care of them and loves them. But some of them don't. Some of you even know about the absentee fathers, who as soon as you get pregnant, the father is gone. All these different examples are things that we have to keep in mind when we're talking to non-Christians or even Christians. And what we need to do, this is what I was talking to you about in the Easter message, is you have to get strong and knowledgeable in your faith so that you understand what you believe, so you can be a stronger believer, and so that you can talk to other people in an intelligent, loving way. And that's what the focus is going to be on the next 3 weeks, is just who this God, our Father, is. So, who is this guy? Who is our Heavenly Father? Surprisingly enough, a lot of people haven't even thought about this. Is that him? Some people see that as God. I always love the story about the little girl who's sitting there coloring away in the kitchen. Mother comes over and says, "What are you doing?" She says, "I'm making a picture of God." And Mom says to the little girl, "But nobody knows what God looks like." And she says, "They will when I'm finished." This is the way we see God, though. Some people see God like this. And I don't know, man. If he just all of a sudden popped up here in the front of this room like this, I think we'd probably scatter most of you, including me. That guy does not look overly friendly. Is this God? That's the way a lot of us see God. Okay? Don't forget Trinity, and we'll talk about this again. Trinity, the three of them, they're all God. That's the way we like to see. That's my God. That's the God that loves me. I'm getting goosebumps now just talking about this and seeing this, okay? That's my God. He loves me and he doesn't care. Right? Everybody's good down with this. Or is this our Father in heaven? Oh, I don't know. The bottom line here is John 10:30. I and the Father am one. They're all God. Those of you who have a loving Father, there's times he got mad at you. I'm sure there's no perfect little children in here that got, you messed up, he yelled at you. Hopefully he didn't lay a whopping on you, but he did yell at you. So, you do have a father like this a lot of the time, but you could have a father like this too. It's all one in the same. All right? That's one of the first things we've got to recognize. God has many different faces. Now, so let's have a look at who our Father in heaven really is. Now, first of all, you know me. I want this so everybody can understand, so I can understand. I don't want to be confused. I hate being confused. I hate feeling stupid. So, we're going to get rid of some of the confusion surrounding God the Father by getting rid of some of this Christianese. One of the courses I took in university theology was a course on who and what is God. So you have to go and research the attributes of God. Okay, so first of all, this is the first thing I stumble across. Wasn't even really sure how to pronounce it. First of all, I thought it was omnipotent. It's actually, I found out it's omnipotent. Oh, great, so God is omnipotent. Can't these guys speak English? Exactly, what's it mean? Which in simple language means that he is all powerful and can do anything. Why don't you say that from the start? We're supposed to be able to have a relationship with God. God's supposed to be our friend. How can you have a friend if there is a language barrier? It's very difficult. If I was up here speaking Lithuanian or something, you're not going to have any relationship with me. It's the same thing with this. Obviously, which one's easier? It's the second one. He's all powerful. Thank you. I understand that. And of course, he's omnipresent. I've got all these omnis going. Okay, well, he's omnipresent. English? Again, let's keep it simple. He's everywhere. All powerful, everywhere. You understand that, right? When I'm telling you he's omnipotent and he's omnipresent, you're going like, oh man. And then the last one, he's omniscient. Omniscient. Ooh. He knows everything. He's everywhere. He's all powerful. He knows everything. Do you feel more comfortable? Yes. Okay? Now, the thing is, if you are a mature, long-term Christian, you might be very comfortable with omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient. And if you're comfortable with that, that's fine. But again, remember, if you are talking to somebody who hasn't come to faith, and you start throwing around these terms, you're going to push people away rather than bring them in. If they want to use the big fancy words later, fine. Now, one of the very most important things about the Christian God is that he is alive. All right? No question about this. He is alive. Everybody down with that? Sometimes we sit there and go, yeah, but we don't really quite believe it. How much luck do you think this person's having? They're even talking on the cell phone. Hello, how are you? What's happening? Hey, how's things going? If you needed to borrow $10,000, are you going to go talk to a dead person? No. You're going to go talk to a living person. If you have got real problems and you're all stressed out about something, do you go talk to a dead person? No. You go talk to a living person. This is one of the key things about the Christian God, is that he is alive. Therefore, if he is alive, he listens. That's a really important thing. Dead people, dead things don't listen. Hello, all. How you doing? Can you do something for... It's not going to happen. It can't hear, and it can't respond. Our God can. Revelation 1:18. I am the living one. I was dead, and now look, I am alive forever and ever, and I hold the keys of death and Hades. Now, being an ex-English teacher, I can tell you something here. This is very important. When you read the Bible, that's what you're not going to get it right even after 30 times. There's still stuff that's going to come out and go, whoa, never saw that before. This, when you're talking about God in the Bible, or God's talking about himself, it's in the present tense. It's now. Which is really cool when you think about that. It's all written in the present tense. That's because he is alive. He is here. I am the living one. Whoa. Nice and simple. Now, we've looked at that kind of thing before too. There's nobody in here. I don't think there's a single person in here who doesn't understand those 5 words. I am the living one. It's understandable. Do you believe it? Christians will, people who are gradually coming to faith, okay, I'm starting to see this, okay, I'm starting to accept it. Hebrews 7:25. Therefore, he is able to save completely those who come to God through him, because he always lives to intercede for them. All those are present tense verbs. He is able to save completely. Today, tomorrow, that's what the present tense means. The present tense, if I say, I eat lunch at noon, that means I ate lunch at noon yesterday, today, and I will probably be doing it tomorrow. He is able to save completely. Yesterday, today, and the future. It encompasses all this time. He always lives to intercede for him. He speaks on your behalf. And Romans 8:34, who then is the one who condemns? No one. Jesus Christ, who died, more than that, who was raised to life, is at the right hand of God, and is also interceding for us. No condemnation, even though we deserve it. We mess up on a daily basis. You got to thank God that he never punishes us for what we really deserve. He is there on the right hand of God, and he's always speaking on our behalf. Okay. Next week, we're going to pick up from here with this. Now, so our God is alive and listens, but more importantly, does he answer? And how? If he doesn't answer, it's not much different than the person who was talking to the grave. Okay? So we're going to go through this step by step. Not just for your own benefit, but when you talk to other people, people go, well, you bunch of Christians, a bunch of weirdos. Why would you want to do this? Well, my God is alive. Well, great. You talk to your God, I talk to the wall. Yeah, does the wall talk back? Well, no. And that's what we're going to look at next week. You can talk to the wall all you want. That's stupid. We can talk to our God, but we're going to take a look at how and if he does answer us. Okay? Let me